It is Phantasmal Flames release day, and we're going to do the second video in our series of master setting Phantasmal Flames. We've got a booster box and an ETB that's about $400 worth of sealed product, and we've got about $380, because they didn't have any more for me to get, dollars worth of singles for our master set. And this is like 16 cards. It brings us within 6 cards of finishing the master set. We're going to open up the booster box and the ETB in this video, and I'm going to demonstrate to you how, unless we, get lucky and I'm made a liar and we pull the Charizard, which I wouldn't be mad at, your collection dollars will always stretch farther if you focus on buying singles, especially with inflated sealed prices the way they are in the market now. But we'll take a look at what we got here just really quick, so I don't make you wait till the end of the video for that. This is essentially everything big, though, except the 2 Charizards. So we got the Rotama SIR, we got the Mega Lopunny SIR, the Dawn SIR, and the last reverse holo we needed with the Dawn. And again, that was like $370, $380 worth of singles. Somebody, if you want a fun little project, run the market price of those singles, say a month after this video, and the prices will probably be like half. Do not do what I do. Like, definitely buy singles if you need to stretch your collection dollars, but do not do what I do and do it on release day, like as soon as the shop opens, before TCG player market price has had time to settle, blah, blah, blah. That's just crazy town. I'm doing this for a video, and I like to finish the master sets quickly. You should not do that, right? These prices all day today, even like on Friday, release day Friday, will just be going down and down and down. Like every hour, market prices will be going down as people try to liquidate their cards. So we're opening up the ETB, which were delayed in my area, but finally came in today. We get a cool Charcadet illustration rare promo card that will go in the master set binder in the back. Get our energy cards. Let's see what type of dice we have this time. Cool blue. And then, most importantly, we get our cool Charizard coin and our packs. So my son will love the coin, and I will probably hate the packs. Oh, sorry. You also get a set of sleeves, which are pretty nice. We're going to put some of those in the master set binder as spacer cards, and 9 packs, and this cool player's guide. So we didn't have this when we were building the binder, but this is very handy when you are building your own master set binder. This will tell you exactly how to lay it out, what cards are in the master set. This is the smallest master set in like a long time. So I really want to stress to you guys that you do not need to like panic buy any of these cards. The Charizard is going to be expensive no matter what. Both Charizards are, but everything else. Look at Obsidian Flames, right? The pull rates, there were so few cards in that set, and those pull rates were super inflated, but these pull rates are decent. And because there were so few cards in that set, SIRs are less than $5, or at least they have been. I don't know if everything is going up in price right now, but we really have to pull the Charizards in order to get our money back out of these boxes. And so it's kind of a silly proposition to open these packs. But like I said, we're doing it for a YouTube channel and an experiment and all that kind of stuff. And there is a demonstration of why you shouldn't do what I'm doing, because we just bought this at our card shop. But that's cool. I will put the one we pulled in the binder, because that one is going to be a little bit more special to us. So pretty neat. We have 6 cards left to finish the master set, and I'll flash those on my Dex app. I always use Dex to keep track of my master sets. They are really good about keeping everything updated on Dex. And for master set collectors in particular, there really isn't, as far as I'm aware, a better app for it. Like, their Discord, if somebody finds a variant that isn't part of the master set already on the app, they list it on the Discord, and in 20 minutes that card is listed as part of the master set. So I know like Bulbapedia also keeps a list of all variant cards for master sets and things like that, but what stays the most updated and the most up to date in my experience is Dex. Not sponsored by them or anything. It truly is like the best card tracking, collection tracking app specifically for master set collectors and things like that, that I've been able to find. So, and I believe they have a web version either in beta or available now. And it's a super handy app to use. You know, add me as a friend on there. It's the same username. You can see my collection. I can see your collection. But Phantasmal Flames is already loaded on there. And as you can see from the app, or as you saw from the app, we just have 6 cards left to finish. And you know, we have a decent opportunity to pull some of them in the booster box, because the, oh man, I took this pack off screen. If something is in this pack, everybody's going to think all right, thank you. Nothing in the pack. We have a decent chance of pulling probably some full arts we need, you know, like the Rotom full art or the Empoleon full art or something. But if we don't, like I said, those aren't going to be super expensive cards, and everything we pull that is extras will go in the trade binder. You know, oh, looks like we got, no, that's just an EX back there, I think. Yeah, just a Gengar. So this will not be the last product we open for Phantasmal Flames. I mean, we will have to get the 3-pack blisters, the single-pack blisters, which still have not released in my area. I did not get my Pokemon Center pre-orders today. So I guess Pokemon Center pre-orders are also on a delay, so we will eventually need to open up our Pokemon Center ETB to get the stamped promo out of that. Yes, I will be opening it. I know that's kind of crazy, but still, that's what these are for. It's for opening. To me. Last pack in our ETB, where we have not pulled any statement card out of it yet, but the Ludicolo is cool, and can't really complain about, you know, 3 hits out of 9 packs. That's about average or above average pull rates. And we get another IR with the Ambipom. So, 2 cards that we bought today as singles, we ended up pulling. So that's pretty cool. I used to do this video, and I've done this video for a bunch of different master sets if you want to check it out in previous videos in the series. I used to do this video where I would open the sealed product first and then go to my card shop and buy singles. But then everyone started, like I was the only weirdo at my card shop, right? Who on release day, when singles were allowed to be sold, went up and bought them super quick, right? Not anymore. There's always a line to get into the card shop, and today, you know, I bought singles and there were 3 people behind me waiting to dig through the singles boxes and stuff like that. So now I just have to get, I don't want all the singles to be picked clean because I am trying to finish these sets fast. So I get them at the same time. But that's not a big deal. That leaves us more to give away to you guys. It leaves us more to, you know, maybe sell back, trade for other cards that we might need. Oh, there's our reverse holo Dawn. I'm going to count that, even though it's one we got today. This is the one that's going in the binder. Heck yeah. That means we pulled every single card in the mainline set for Phantasmal Flames. That's awesome. I think that might be the first time that's ever happened. So that just goes to demonstrate how small of a set this is. Just FYI, it's not like I had like tremendous pull rate luck. I mean, I did have good luck not pulling a huge amount of duplicates and stuff like that, but you know, we are still missing the cards that will make over, I don't know, 80% of this set's value, right? Between the Charizard and the Charizard Gold and the Charizard SIR. So if we get lucky, I think I've looked at more pull rate data since making our last video, and man, we have not pulled a single hit out of this box yet. Since making the last video where we did the binder build, check that out if you haven't. I have seen a little bit more about pull rate data, and I think I'm correct in saying that in a case, generally, 3 of the 6 booster boxes will have SIRs in it. Maybe the numbers will be skewed a little bit because instead of a box with an SIR, there might be a box with a gold, right? So SIR hit rates may be skewed by that, to instead of like, what is that, 1 in 72 packs, 1 in 80 something packs. But I believe, you know, not anticipating we pull a box from the case with a gold in it and stuff like that, I believe, as we get a Togedemaru, that means we've got about a 50% shot here of hitting an SIR in this booster box. That's the way I'm thinking of it. So if there's a 50% shot of hitting an SIR in a booster box, and you get a 20% chance that it's the Charizard that you hit, this will be a pretty fun set to rip, because lots and lots of Charizards will be pulled, you know what I mean? And because of that, the value really shouldn't be crazy high, but it's going to be, just because the card is so good. Everybody's going to want it, I think. So I know I do. I was disappointed to see that it was not available as a single at my local card shop already. So neither the gold nor the SIR Charizard, they got one in, but somebody had already bought it. They accidentally sold it like last night or something, thinking that it was Friday. So I missed out on one SIR Charizard, and a couple of you guys have emailed me saying you would want to sell yours, and I don't blame you. So shout out to Joe. I thank you for reaching out to me and talking about selling the Charizard and then ultimately deciding to keep it. I don't blame you. It's an incredible card. So the, you know, I think it's like pulling the Umbreon minus the terrible pull rates of the Umbreon, right? So there's like some excitement for pulling Umbreon because, gosh, how impossible is it to pull the Moonbreon, right? Or in Prismatic Evolutions, the Sunbreon, whatever. Pulling those are virtually impossible. Pulling these Charizards, well, the gold will be impossible, but pulling the SIR Charizard probably isn't gonna be that difficult, you know? That's why you've seen so many of them get pulled in probably other creators' videos and things like, oh, hey, look at that. So like I said, we did have a semi-decent chance, since we're getting like 3 of these, I think, full arts in the box, of pulling one we need. So we got the Rotom. We needed that for the master set. So 5 cards left for the master set. And again, like we talked about in the last video, that's one of my favorite parts about release week, is when, or actually just about collecting master sets in general, as opposed to just like the singles you like. Every card matters, you know? That's really cool. When you're trying to catch them all, right? Every card does ultimately matter. From the commons to the reverse holos to the, like, you know, regular full arts and stuff. It doesn't matter if the card, like an EX, is less than $1, when you have to have it for the master set. That's why, like, the, you know, I don't think I'm high energy enough to do like the challenge type videos, like finish the master set in 2 hours at this con or whatever. But, you know, like Deep Pocket Monster with Crown Zenith, right? It was just an Absol, right? If I remember right, that, whoops, prevented that challenge from, so this pack is going to be all messed up. And it does have the Wigglytuff, which we needed. So pulled another card that we needed and did not need to buy as singles. But I threw those cards everywhere all around me. Where is the code card? I think code card is right there for you guys. Careful opening the packs. If that was the Charizard, that would have been sad Christmas. right. So the luck in not duplicating too many of our pulls continues with this set, which is pretty cool. I like that we will ultimately be able to say that we didn't have to, even though we did, buy too many singles for the set. So let me know if you guys have been able to find any product. I know that, you know, Walmarts and stuff like that started putting them out yesterday. Still, our area, like I think big box stores got a few ETBs, but not many. So I don't know if it's just, if they're super delayed. I happened to be in my card shop picking up singles when their delivery came and their ETBs were there. So if you're local to the Louisville area and haven't been able to find ETBs, I got mine at Through the Decades, and they did get a few boxes of them. So I don't know if they'll still be there, but alrighty. So another cool card here. There are two Tomokazu Kamiya cards in the set between this and the Murkrow, and that just goes to show you that we don't spend enough time appreciating the common cards like we should, because they are putting that, while they are giving showcase to a lot of new artists with the illustration rares and special illustration rares, the, you know, bread and butter master artists of the TCG are still illustrating cards. And, you know, just because Akira Gawa doesn't have, you know, an SIR in a set doesn't mean that she doesn't have, you know, a cool common card or something that might be in the set. Same with Tomokazu Kamiya or Mitsuhiro Arita, just anybody who's been there from the beginning, you know. So that is one of the things after we finish the master set for Phantasmal Flames, we'll likely be going through. I get requests all the time to show off like my aquarium binder with all the underwater cards and stuff like that. And, you know, we talked in the last video when we pulled the Nimble from Nakamura Pond. We talked about how, you know, I have like a Nakamura Pond master set, and, you know, I collect Mankey and Primate cards and stuff like that. So I will show off my like specialty collection set binder and be interested to see what types of like side collections like that you guys do. So let me know down in the comments. Do you collect for a specific artist? I know like Yukimori is a popular one, right? So you guys reach out to me all the time and say, hey, do you have any Yukimori cards? And again, I will say, if you're watching the video and have reached out to me about going through my bulk or helping you finish your master sets as we pull a Mega Sharpedo full art, I'm sorry if I haven't gotten back with you yet. I will absolutely get back with everyone who has reached out. I'm making a list of everything you all send, and when I sort through all of my bulk and organize it back into sets and boxes that I can easily pull from, I will be going through that for you guys and just have little pick lists for everybody. So I may reach out to you. Man, for some reason, I just keep seeing gold like off to the side, and it's like I want it so bad so I don't have to spend like $1,000 on that gold card. But there's like something about these packs that when I open them, oh, it's this little yellow strip. As soon as I open it like that, it looks like a little strip of gold as I'm pulling the pack out. So I get excited every single pack thinking, oh my gosh, is that a gold Charizard? We get a Flygon illustration rare. So I am liking the pull rates of this set. You know, it would have been cool, in my opinion, especially on a Charizard set like this, if, you know, the pull rates were closer to what they were in the early Scarlet and Violet era, and they stopped worrying so much about, like, I don't know, not artificial scarcity, because there's really nothing scarce about cards they're printing millions of, but, you know, the relative scarcity of the cards that everyone wants. You know what I mean? I admire them for the balance they have to strike between making a pull feel special, but also making it accessible enough so that everyone feels like they have a chance, right? And I think these pull rates are pretty close to perfect. Like, you know, with the IRs, I wish there were more IRs in the set, but, you know, 1 in every 9 packs getting you an illustration rare, that's pretty great. We got 2 of them in our ETB out of 9 packs, so we beat the odds there a little. So none of these illustration rares are going to be particularly expensive, except maybe like the Meowth, because everybody's going to want a Meowth, that kind of stuff. But, you know, there won't be anything in this set after values settle, other than the Charizards, I don't think. Maybe Dawn, I don't know. That, gosh, probably crosses triple digits, which is great. Master sets should be cheap to complete, in my opinion. I think that that is the product that Pokemon sells. Catch 'em all. That is their tagline. It is, you know, what they are trying to get people to do. Whether it is in, you know, Pokemon Go. We want you to get out and walk around. We want you to, you know, whatever, and go catch 'em all. Or in Pokemon Sleep, we want you to get good sleep so you catch 'em all. We want you to open up packs so that you catch them all that kind of stuff. You know, the more they can make it fun to open, the better the hobby it is. The better the hobby is. And I think these pull rates are really close. I think that the most fun to open sets are obviously the celebration sets where you could get a hit, gosh, in 1 and 2 packs, like Crown Zenith and stuff like that. But those are like special treats, right? They're not necessarily, they're not necessary for every single one. As our light just died. Okay. So we're getting down to the bottom here. I think we still have like 1 more illustration rare to pull. It is looking like we got one of the boxes with no special illustration rare. That is okay. It would have been, well, I mean, we got them all today anyway, right? So other than the Charizard. So we are still going to be hunting that Charizard. I think there is a card show close to my town, like an hour away tomorrow. So I might try to hit that up. Here's another one we bought today with the Ignition Energy. So we went 2 for 3 on full arts that we needed out of this booster box. So that's great. We still need the switch and the battle cage or whatever. So I wish it had been one of those, but at least we pulled that one, even though we bought it today. Now we can say we pulled it. So we are getting there for this master set. I don't know, because we're like some of the cards we need as we get our last illustration rare with that cool Toxtricity. I don't know if we will finish the master set at the card show, because sometimes on brand new sets like this, people don't bring their hits thinking, you know, nobody's going to buy them at top value. But we will absolutely try. And I mean, 5 cards, that's a respectable amount to try to hunt, right? So we get a Charizard there. And I don't know, maybe we'll take some cards along with us and try to do some trades. I usually don't do that at card shows. I haven't like frequented many of them, admittedly, but I really just like to roll in, buy what I need, and get out, because again, I'm trying to finish these things fast, right? So I typically don't want to like pull a binder out and negotiate trade values and all that kind of stuff. All right, last pack. And as always, we got a great demonstration here of why singles are the way to go, not sealed. But that's okay. And yep, nada. So we pulled relative value, you know, that's decent value. We got some good illustration rares out of it. Let's see. Full arts, illustration rares, full arts, and then there's our reverse holo. And yeah, so essentially we pulled, I don't know, I'll try to calculate the value and throw it up on screen. There was a lot of duplication here from what we bought today. So when I search the values after filming, they're going to be lower than what I just bought the cards at, which is crazy. But that's what, again, don't buy on release day like I do, but do buy singles. All right, let's throw the new cards in the binder and check out how complete that is now, because it's going to be a lot more complete. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you hopefully in just a few days after we check out that card show. Thank you. All right, so the binder is going to be looking really full after this. So we're just going to cheat back to the trainers because we only have one reverse holo we need to load there, and that is the reverse holo Don. So we are all finished with the mainline set. We did get the sleeves from the ETB, so let's steal a couple of those and put those in here as spacer cards, because we wanted the rest of the set to start cleanly over here as sort of a double page spread there. So we just have a lot of these to load. We got Ludicolo. We have, okay, I thought I put them in order, but just had to make sure. All right, Wooper and Wigglytuff and Ambipom. Then our Mega Heracross, our Mega Charizard, which was the only Charizard we were able to get today. Our Rotom, still missing the Empoleon. So we're missing this one right here. We've got our Lopunny. And then, again, missing Battle Cage, I think, right? And then after, we have Fire Breather and Grimsley's Move, as well as Ignition Energy, missing the Switch. And then we go right into, we have our Rotom, our Mega Lopunny, our Dawn, and our two Charizards will be right there. And like I said, we have the Charcadet, which I guess will load on. There are two more non-holo rares I need to get. These are promos. I'll move these. Actually, let's do that now. I will move these back because they eventually will be taken out of the binder and moved to our promo binder. So this will be our promo page. So we've got the Build and Battle deck promos. The reason I'm saying these are not part of the master set is because these are, as you can see, well, you might not be able to see, MEP, not PFL stamped promos. So they belong in their own Black Star promo binder set. And that is the state of the master set before we go on our hunt for these last 5 cards. At the card show tomorrow, I will also be, checking Facebook and all that kind of good stuff to see if anybody is selling them as singles, because I would like to finish it this weekend. That would, tie us with how fast we completed Mega Evolution. That's not surprising because this set is so much smaller, but still, I think a lot of people are going to want to be holding on to their Charizards, which is going to be the problem here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one where hopefully we can complete this master set.